Partisipasyon ng bansa sa ASEAN-Business and Investment Summit at Public-Private Partnerships for Food Security sa ASEAN, ating pag-uusapan kasama si Sir Joey Concepcion, Negosyo Founder at Chairman ng ASEAN-Business Advisory Council for the Philippines. Sir Joey, magandang tanghali po at welcome sa Bagong Pilipinas ngayon.
Magandang tanghali rin.
Sir, sa kabuuan, ano po ang masasabi ninyo sa partisipasyon ng bansa sa pangunguna ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. sa katatapos lang na ASEAN Business and Investment Summit sa Salao?
Ang resulta ng participation ng Pilipinas, ang liderato ni President Marcos ay maganda at well-respected si President BBM dito sa mga ASEAN leaders at katulong kami dito. I head the ASEAN-Business Advisory Council. Ito ang private sector arm. So may government and may private sector. So teamwork yung government at private sector. So yung Lao kasi malawak yung malaking mga lupa nila, no? Daming lupa diyan. Pero nakita natin sa Lao, medyo they're struggling as a country, no? I guess this is where we have brought forward a program, the ASEAN Food Security Alliance, no? Yun ang isang programa na nilunsad namin with the President a couple of months back. And kasama rin dito si Department of Agrarian Reform Secretary Estrella, kasi ang importante dito, yung mga lupa na halos hindi naman ginagamit ng government, nilalagay nila sa isang, they're accumulating all of this at eventually will be signing a memorandum of agreement with the Secretary Estrella na ang mga big brothers natin na mga agri-companies, no? Kasi medyo challenge ang Pilipinas dito sa agriculture, pero malaking bagay yung mga big agri-companies na kung papasok sila dito at tutulong sila sa mga farmers at may mga available na lupa na government owned, and they can lease this land, no, to the big brothers who in turn will embrace the farmers. So magiging mentor ngayon itong mga big brothers natin. Importante kasi yan sa isang negosyo, kailangan may mentor. At yung minsan kasi nahihirapan yung mga ibang maliit na farmers kasi maliit lang ang lupa nila, wala silang scale at wala sila rin ang mentor. And this is very important, yung mentor, yung teknolohiya ng mga big brothers sa agrikultura, talagang ibang klase, very high level na yan, no? So yun ang balak namin, and suportado naman si President Marcos dito. Alam niya ang pinakamalaking challenge natin, ang agrikultura. Karamihan ng mga micro at small farmers nandito. So kung gumanda yung ani nila sa mga farm produce, whether it's rice, durian, etc., corn, malaking bagay yan. So this has been on the works for maybe a year and a half today, no? So yung ASEAN Food Security Alliance, kapartner rin natin dito ibang bansa, yung Laos, yung Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, Cambodia. So yung mga big brothers dito na sa agrikultura will also meet the big brothers in the Philippines. So we're forming these 10 countries to come together and help on ensuring that within these countries, lahat ay umahon dito sa agrikultura. And some of these countries are really good, no? And we are also good in certain food crops, no? So this exchange has started, and if we're able to do this, then within ASEAN, the 10 countries, we may be self-sufficient, and tulong-tulong na lang yan, no? And that's the purpose of why we created ASEAN, no? It's a body that will help all ASEAN have scale, no? As we come together, we will have scale. So that seems to be moving along very well, and that's going to be the Philippine legacy project of the ASEAN-Business Advisory Council in the Philippines, for 2026. So hopefully we are starting this early, and when we host the ASEAN in 2026, then we are ready to implement, no?
Okay. Paano niyo po ba tinitingnan yung role ng public-private partnership para makamit po itong food security sa ASEAN region? At ano po yung epektibong aksyon na nakikita niyo upang magtagumpay po ito?
Well, suportado naman si Secretary Estrella kasi siya namamahala dito sa mga land consolidation, mga titulo na to, at kailangan iba dyan, government land to. So, hindi naman ibebenta to sa mga dayuhan, mga foreign investors, or dito sa private sector. This land will be available for lease. No? It can be long-term lease. At ang balak namin dito, marami dyan na malaking agrikultura, big agri-companies, no, that will invest in the local companies to make partnership. So in other words, the big agri-companies overseas will be encouraged to partner with the local agri-companies para at least they will play in that role. No? Indeed, I'm not pushing that these huge agri-companies overseas will have direct access to the land, no? Unless there is a specific agriculture product that may require that. No? But sa tingin ko, marami ngayon, we started this when Malaysia was the ASEAN host. That was a couple of months back. So Indonesia. And it was well received even with Malaysia. So lahat ng mga ASEAN countries, from Laos, Myanmar, and the rest, Malaysia, Indonesia, are open to the idea. And in fact, dito sa Pilipinas, may mga 3 entrepreneurs dito sa agrikultura, mga big brothers na may relationship, may agreement already dito sa durian at iba pang agricultural crops. So we're starting this. So hopefully when we host the ASEAN in 2026, the ASEAN Food Security Alliance will be already functioning as one focus group, no, in providing food security. No?
So sir, ano naman po yung posibleng maging epekto ng strategic partnerships na ito para sa mga beneficiaries ng agrarian reform dito sa bansa?
Well, malaking bagay yan. One, they will now work with the big brothers. Some of them are already doing that. At kasi kung 1 hektarya, 2 hektarya, 3 hektarya, walang scale yung maliit na farmer. So matatalo sila sa isang may-ari na halos 100 na hektarya. May economies of scale, no? May volume. And so minsan when the farmers try to group into a cooperative, yes, there are some cooperatives that are good, but there are some cooperatives that don't function kasi may mga problema, may mga away minsan. So, pero kung mismo there is one entrepreneur who holds a major stake and they embrace the smaller farmers to become partners or contract growers. Katulad dito sa mga malaking agriculture companies, sa San Miguel, sa iba-ibang grupo dito, they have contract growing, no? Whether growing hogs, chicken, etc., or even to plantation. No? So that's the direction we're headed to. We need to create scale, no? To be able to bring down the prices of our agri-products. No?
Okay, at sa pamamagitan po ng alliance na ito, how do you plan po to attract targeted agriculture investments para po dito?
Well, it's very spontaneous, no? So far, the Philippine Agri Group has met already Malaysia, Indonesia, so far, and in Laos we had the meeting there as well, no? So this takes time, no? And I am surprised that with Malaysia, Indonesia, there are already people interested from Malaysia and Indonesia to partner, especially in durian and many others, no? So it's just a matter of really putting it together, which we have done. So nakagrupo na dito ang mga malaking agri-companies and dito sa Pilipinas. And we are now basically meet and greet yan. So we met Malaysia, we met Indonesia. Next, we have to go to Thailand and Vietnam, Cambodia. So lahat to, we will work and see where is the compatibility, is there interest from these countries. Philippines can also do it in their country or they can do it in the Philippines. So this requires a lot of communication. We have the support of Secretary Estrella, and of course, former Secretary William Dar is now with the private sector. Siyang tumutulong dito. No? He's been an agri-secretary for quite a long time. So together with yung mga may-ari ng mga these agri-companies, it is moving. No? And hopefully, by as early as 2025, we should be starting already with these joint ventures and partnerships. So it's not easy. Agri is a challenge in this country, but it is the best. We have the best opportunity kasi kung hindi natin i-scale up itong mga maliit na farmers natin, we will never eradicate poverty in the agricultural sector. So kailangan bigyan ng we have to give them growth, we have to make them succeed, and we will have a more vibrant economy. We have so many farmers, no? So imagine if we increase the income that they generate, the country will gain out of that. There will be greater prosperity dito sa mga farmers natin, no?
Okay, sir, huli na lang po, Pilipinas po ang magiging host sa susunod na taon para sa ASEAN-Business Advisory Council. Ano naman po ang kahalagahan nito, lalo na para sa ating mga Pilipino?
And we will host, the next country that will host will be in 2025, that is Malaysia. Tayo ang sunod, 2026. Malaking bagay yan because lahat ng mga liderato dito sa buong mundo, US, and European leaders and ASEAN leaders. We have done that before during President Perez's time. It was successful. I'm sure under President BBM's time, Marcos' time, it will be very successful. And that's why this early, the private sector is working with the government to lay out the program, the plans, and the execution to really attract all the leaders, whether it is the top businessmen and entrepreneurs from America in terms of technology, or and bring in also the top entrepreneurs in agriculture. So we want to entice the private sector from all of these countries, the ASEAN countries, to come to the Philippines. And once the last time under Duterte, we had Donald Trump coming here, we have Modi coming here, we had all the leaders from these developed countries coming to the Philippines. So we should duplicate that and bring China, Russian leadership here. It should be all-inclusive so that malaking bagay rin yan ang tulong nila. So we have to prepare and make it one of the best events that President Marcos would do under his. This will be the only major event the president will have in 2026. So we really have to make it very successful because I believe that the impact of ASEAN to the rest of the world will continue to grow. And it is the private sector that runs the economy.
Okay, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Sir Joey Concepcion, Negosyo Founder at Chairman ng ASEAN-Business Advisory Council for the Philippines.